Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Let's get crafting.
For this DIY, we are going to start with this piece of paneling board that I got at the hardware store. I get tons of these scrap wood pieces. They're not in great shape. Like this one had tons and tons of splinters, but it was 25 cents, and so I really take advantage. So if you have a hardware store that has a scrap wood pile, I'd say check it out. Once I had it smoothed out where I wanted it, I'm just going to stain it using this Rust-Oleum glaze. It's wonderful to work with. It does not have a strong scent, and it stains just like stain, and it's water based, so it comes off really easily from your hands. I'm going to flip it over once it was dry, and I'm going to add 2 of these larger, thicker painter sticks. I'm going to use wood glue and hot glue to attach, one at the bottom and one on top. Yes, bottom and top. There you go. The reason why I'm doing it is because the paneling board is on the thin side, so I do want to make it thicker on these 2 areas so that I can add sawtooth hooks to the back so I can hang it, as well as later on we're going to screw in some hooks and a little shelf, so I want it to be thicker and have something to screw it into, if that makes sense. So this is a piece of 2x4 that I had left over in the garage. I didn't do anything with it. It was already this size, so I just grabbed it, and I'm going to give it 2 coats of Rust-Oleum chalk paint in the linen white. While that is drying, I'm going to place this decal that I cut using my Cricut. It says it's so good to be home. And I'm just going to place it towards the top of the board. Now that the decal is attached, I'm going to place the little white shelf right where I want it. I'm going to mark so that I know where to drill or pre-drill some holes. That way I'm not going in blinded, and I want this little shelf to be as straight as possible. So once I have the holes in, I am going to pre-screw in these screws. Now I'm not going to tighten all the way down. I'm just going to lightly screw them in just until the little pointy part is sticking out on the other side. Because then once that's there, I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to place the shelf right where I want it. And I'm just going to press it down just a little bit so that I can see where the little, like the little holes that it left. Then I'm going to pre-drill those holes. And then I'm just going to flip it over and then screw it in tightly. I'm now going to mark 5 spots where I want to pre-drill a few holes so that we can add some hooks. Once I added a total of 5 of them, we'll be done, guys. I think this little shelf wall sign decor turned out so stinking cute. I love the color combination. As a matter of fact, this is the color combination that we're going to use throughout the video. And I think all of the DIYs that we're making today are going to go together so nicely. Friends, I want to tell you about my friend Teresa from Our Green Acres. She has a YouTube channel filled with tons of beautiful home decor, guys. If you do not know who she is, I am going to have her link down below in the description box. I encourage you to pay her a visit. She has tons of, they're very dreamy, very beautiful decor, all DIY. So check her out. You're going to love her style. And tell her that I sent you and show her some love. For this next DIY, I am going to take some more of that glaze and I am going to drop it in pour a little bit into a little baggie, and then I'm going to put some beads into it. These are just some wooden beads, and I'm just going to squish them around until they're all covered and stained. I just recently learned this from my friend Lisa, and it was a great idea, so I thought, hey, we're going to try it. So once they were all covered, I'm going to just put them in a little paper here, just so that we can just take the excess glaze off. And I'm just using some wet wipes that way, and I had to use 3 of them, but it's just the easiest way instead of having to stain individually each bead, which would have taken forever. So those are going to be drying for a little bit. So now we're going to take this little laundry sign from the Dollar Tree, and we're just going to remove everything from it because we're only going to need the board part of it. We're going to cut out almost like a little tag. So I'm just going to mark it here, and then I'm going to score it with my blade knife and then pull it apart as needed. Once I had everything how I wanted it, I'm just going to sand down with my sanding block just so that we have smooth edges. And then we're going to drill a hole right on top. And there's the spinning. We're going to drill a hole so that way we have something to thread the jute twine in a little bit. I'm going to paint the tag of both sides in the Waverly ink chalk paint. Using my Cricut, I cut out the sign, or I guess sign, or the ad sign, right? Is that what it's called? Not ad, the and. There you go. Oh, God, help me. So we are just going to place it right in the center, and then we're just going to put everything together. We're going to take the beads that are all nicely dry. These little paper beads are awesome, guys. I'm going to have all of these supplies in my Amazon store, by the way. A lot of the supplies, paint, beads, everything I do have in my Amazon store, and it's linked down below. So I'm just going to thread 2 white beads and then 1 wooden bead. That way it's just going to have like a little design there, and then I'm going to do it as long as I want. Now if you're going to recreate this, you can make this as long as you want, but I just thought I just needed it to be just like a little loop there. Now I'm going to thread it through the hole on the tag, and we're going to make a very simple bow, and that's it. Such a beautiful little decoration, and just something to add to any like mantle or any console table. I just think it turned out so beautiful. If you're visiting for the first time, guys, my name is Leonette, and this channel is all about DIY, home decor, furniture flips, thrift or finds. I'd love to connect with you here. Join our family. I also have an Instagram account that I post daily, multiple times a day, different behind the scenes look. Also, I share like hauls that I do when I go to the thrift store or the hardware store, and I'd love to connect with you there. I do have the link down below in the description box. For this next DIY, we are going to take this wood round that I get on Amazon. You can get these on Amazon really inexpensive. They're not the thickest, but they are wooden, and I love that they stain really nice. So we're just going to stain it using the same glaze here so we can keep everything in the same color scheme. And I'm just going to give it 1 coat, let it dry. And then we're going to take some painter's tape, and we're going to mark just a thick line in the middle, and we're going to paint it black in that Waverly ink chalk paint. Once everything was dry, I'm just going to take this decal that I cut using my Cricut, and I'm just going to place it in the middle black line, but towards the right bottom side of the line.
Till you entered my door, and from that moment I knew that a home is whatever you choose. That's the thing.
Once everything was dry and attached, I'm going to take some ribbon. This is a burlap ribbon, and I'm just going to take an 18-inch piece, loop it, kind of like those awareness ribbons, and then I'm going to make it where I just scrunch it in the middle and tie it with a piece of jute string. This is to make a very simple bow. Then I'm going to hot glue it to the top, and then I'm going to add some greenery to the back of it. Just simple greenery that I got at home a while back. Had leftover little branches, so I'm just going to place those there, and then I'm going to make another simple little bow, and same way that I made this one, and I'm going to hot glue it on the top of that one.
About you. The best thing I did, and I want you to know, was letting you in. From that moment I knew that you were all I missed. Baby, it took just one kiss. 'Cause here in your arms I can finally let go. The rest of the world is outside when you.
And then to have something to hang it from, because it is thinner board, I'm not going to put a saw hook cloth. So I'm just going to loop a little bit of that ribbon on top, hot glue it, and place some tape on it too, so it's pretty secure. And that's it, guys. Look how beautiful this little hello sign turned out. I love the way it looked, and it's so light that it really could be placed anywhere. It could be placed on a tabletop, or not a tabletop, a mantle or console table, but it also can be hung if you'd like.
I'm all you missed. Baby, it takes just one kiss. Many years have gone.
My friends, don't forget that this month's giveaway is a cordless drill with multi-bit set. It's a beautiful pink color, and all you have to do to enter is watch and comment. Any comments made in May of 2021 will be entered for this giveaway. For this next DIY, we are going to take this thrifted vase. I think it's beautiful. Actually, I don't even think it's a vase because it did have like a thread on top, almost like it was a jar at some point. It had beautiful textured design. However, I want to give it a little bit more of a textured design on the bottom. So we're going to take some jute rope here, and we're just going to start hot gluing in between those ridges, keeping the same design. And I'm going to do that all in the front.
I don't wanna stay here, no. Ain't gonna keep it low now. If you wanna go, let's go. Let's wrap it up and hit the road. I just got an awesome vibe. Striking the winner post now.
And now I'm going to add some horizontal jute rope here on the top, just to finish it off. I'm also going to do the same thing on the bottom. This is just to make it seamless and just have a little bit more finished look.
We've taken off, we've left the ground. You gotta understand that we get one chance, one chance. You will never regret the things that we'll do. 'Cause I wanna drive through the summer night, and when we are old and gray, look back at this summer night.
I am now going to take that same ink Waverly paint and paint it all black on the bottom. And this is to, again, just add a little bit of contrast from the top. And then you don't see all the hot glue or anything, because sometimes you see that on the edges. So this is just going to cover all of that. But I think this little jar or this vase turned out so stinking cute. Now on the top, I am going to wrap that thread with some jute rope, but leave it in the natural tone. Again, I want to have that natural wood tone with the black kind of combination for this vignette set. And then I'm just going to take some white little flowers that I got recently at Hobby Lobby. I want to place them right inside the vase, and this vase turned out stunning. All right, friends, so this is it for today. Thank you so much for coming by and watching. I so appreciate your time. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope it inspires you to create some of your own DIY decor. If you're visiting for the first time, or if you're visiting from Teresa's channel, welcome. I hope you consider subscribing and joining our YouTube family. If you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. I am going to have a playlist here at the end with tons more of inspiration for you. Check it out. I'll see you later and have a blessed day. Bye.
'Cause